Hello, I'm Carla Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's about twin flames. What's going on in your past energies, in your present energies, and in your future energies? Let's find out. Now, I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. And for each one of them, they've got a deeper dive. So I'll do the past and the present energies of your divine union in this video read, and the future part of it, if you find that it is your story, it could be a story, is in the extended reading as well. So if you want that future information, you want that deeper dive read, the extended read, toward the end of each of these readings, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. Now, this is a timeless reading as well, so whenever you're getting to it is good. You can find the timestamps for your readings in the description box and in the comments below. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like this aquamarine crystal? Would you like the flower, frangipani? Or the shell? Take a pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Love hearing from you guys. Is there any particular reading that you want me to do for the pick a card reads? Let me know as well. Give me some ideas down there. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there as well to hear more from me. I do 3 of these pick a card reads a week, love readings a week. I do a daily energy update as well, and I also go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, which I do mini reads in there as well. So if you've got a question for your higher self, you want guidance for a particular area of your life or a particular relationship in your life, then you might want to come in there. You can find that by clicking on the Be Healing channel down there, and on that page you will see the next show lined up, laying in wait, so you can see when it is in your time zone, and so you can click on set a reminder in there. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well, so you receive those notifications, and I will see you in that show, and I will see you in your reading once you choose which one do you want, crystal, flower, or shell. If you chose the crystal, then this one's for you. Crystals, let's find out your past and your present. What's going on with you and your divine partner, your twin flame. And in the extended reading, the deeper dive, I'm going to go into the future. So if you find that this is your reading, could be your reading, you might want to get that toward the end of this reading. I will pop a link for the extended up there if you want to know the future part of it. So let's get you some general cards out first. Crystals, what can we tell them about their divine union, their twin flame? The crystals. Immortality, wow. Many, many lifetimes. This isn't going away. This union isn't going away. You've been together many, many times over. I feel like it's every lifetime that you come together, you have this interaction. You've got nature and intuition, so this is a meeting of the minds kind of thing, a meeting of the intuition. Intuitively, you both know, you both get the hit on that. Now, one of you might be more intuitive than the other, but there is still a deep knowing on both of your parts here is what I'm getting. So you both get that intuitive hit that you've spent many lifetimes together. Let's focus on the divine masculine first of all. Oh no, we're doing the past, aren't we? Focus on the past. So in the past, Page of Wands, very happy to have met. It was very exciting, very passionate. Also kind of young energy as well, feeling like long lost childhood friends. Them igniting a kind of a joy and a spark inside of you. Not necessarily lust, but more of an excited kid kind of a feeling. I mean, the lust is probably there too, but I'm getting this excited child kind of a feeling, that sun kind of tarot card energy where your internal children are really happy to have met each other. So I feel that's the energy of you meeting each other and just feeling so happy about that and so like fired up by it. The Hierophant, there was also a feeling of commitment to each other right away, which is very strange, isn't it? When you get that feeling when you first meet each other, like, I'm already committed to this person. It's like they're my person straight away. Really interesting energies. Okay, so what about the present? What about the present? Get a couple of cards out for the present and then we'll move on. Four of Pentacles, holding our energy back at the moment. Energy has been held back at the moment, so this could be a lack of communication, lack of reciprocation. Page of Swords, a lot of watching each other though, very close attention being paid of each other. At a distance though, it doesn't feel like you're together at the moment. Let's get some clarity on all of this. So the past, Page of Wands. This feeling of excitement when you met each other. Four of Voices, almost needing to recover from that because it was just so impactful. I don't know what the circumstances were you were around meeting each other, but it was very impactful for both of you. Also triggering a healing in you as well. So, you know, from that Page of Wands, the pages can signify child energy. And that's why I was getting that childlike excitement about it. Now, it could also be that it's triggered inner child healing in both of you as well because of that. When that inner child gets happy, when you have to come down from that energy, rest and recuperate from it, like after you've met them, that's when all of the things that are not that happy child come up. Do you know what I mean? So then that's when your inner child reminds you, but we're not that happy and we don't have this happiness and we've got all of this bad stuff that happened to us and I'm not over this yet and I'm scared about this and I'm scared about that and all of those kind of things that are coming up. So you've kind of triggered each other into a healing, but it's an inner child healing that I'm feeling there. So that's the past stuff. So instant kind of recognition and happiness followed by impactful kind of slump in the energy where it's like everything that isn't that gets shown up inside of you, and yeah, you've really triggered each other into an inner child healing. Unlimited possibilities. Wow. So part of that was because when you met each other, you could see all these possibilities of being together. So it really raised up your expectations of life, of yourself and of them and of what relationships could be. And you could just see all these possibilities. No wonder you're feeling kind of obliged to each other right away. Yeah, obliged to each other right away. Okay. Why have I got the Hierophant here? This feeling of you're my person, I'm already committed to you. It's like we committed before we were incarnated. Oh wait, Ten of Voices and Death. No, this is someone who's committed to someone else. Oh no. So you met each other when one of you was already committed to someone else. Someone is in a marriage here, or someone was in the past that needed to end. They knew already. Whichever one of you is married already knew that this needed to end, but they were avoiding the painful ending. This could be part of the triggering that happened. So if you're a person that's married and they already knew that they had to end that marriage, but they hadn't been doing it, then they met you and they were like, oh God, I should have ended it already. But they're wanting to avoid that pain, the painful ending. So you've triggered them into some kind of rebirth. If it's them, it could be you as well. It could be both of you that are married to someone else. But there's still that Hierophant card. There was a feeling that you are betrothed. See, all of these like old-fashioned words are popping into my mind with that Hierophant card. As if you always were meant to be together. You have been together in past lives over and over again. That immortality thing. This isn't going to go away, and you feel like committed to each other straight away. I'm a person, what am I doing married to someone else? That kind of an energy. So yeah, a painful ending being avoided right there with a person that they or you are married to, in some kind of a commitment to that. And so I guess it's instigating a healing an inner child healing in order to get to that point where not fearing the pain of the ending anymore. So yeah, growth and truth is behind that. So having to be true to themselves now. I think your person's been living a lie. I think maybe they've just been kind of emotionally detached from a marriage that they're in, but keeping it going on the surface. They've been living a lie. You've shown up and they're like, oh damn it, I've got to live my truth now, and I should have been living my truth already, and they could be a bit embarrassed that they're not living the truth and that they haven't already sorted this out. Tell us more about the past energy in this divine union. Not those, this. So the past for you guys, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So when you met, this new path opened up for both of you. Both very excited about that. Can envision a life together, like unlimited possibilities. And following it with faith may be that tricky part of it. Because it's big, especially this. I mean, this is significant for this. Death and the Ten of Voices along with the Hierophant cards come up there. Someone is in a significant relationship, maybe a really long-term marriage. What else in the past? But you do have this new path. So meeting each other has opened this new path up. A path together, relationship together, but it doesn't feel like it's underway. Well, it kind of is underway because it's the individual journeys, your internal journeys, it feels like has started. Release your blocks. So all the blocks have been highlighted. After you've met each other, all the blocks have been highlighted. So this is a twin flame union for sure, because that's what happens, right? You meet each other, you're both not quite ready. You're almost there, but you're not quite ready. And it highlights everything that's in you both that aren't ready for this. And then you have to heal that stuff, deal with it, so that you can move forward. Inner child stuff. Childhood healing, any kind of issues that have been around from childhood, and also, of course, healing of past relationships, especially long-term relationships that you've committed to, maybe broken commitments to. All of that stuff needs to be healed. So ex-husbands, ex-wives, long-term relationships, and parental stuff. Healing. This is a very healing time that you're in, and it feels like individual basis, both healing yourselves apart at the moment. That's the initial stage of this relationship after meeting. But spying on each other, noticing each other, watching each other, looking at each other, following each other's social media, watching each other, being around each other. Not necessarily that direct communication though. So it started off as that kind of voyeuristic kind of a thing. So you might have met each other, got really excited, but then keeping your distance and watching each other. A lot of joy around it, that laughter. So you make each other giddy, like kids again. Oh, we already got that with that Page of Wands. You make each other feel like a kid again. But fear of commitment is there. Again, that because there's a lot of healing around long-term relationships that needs to be done in both of you. Feeling like a mature couple, this, that have had long-term relationships and commitments before. One person's still in it. Maybe both of you, but I think it's more likely to be just one of you. And fearing commitment because of that, from one commitment to another commitment, might be hard to take. Okay, so what about the present energies? In the present energies, you have the Four of Pentacles here, so both holding back your energy. Both kind of in this pushing each other away energy. How come? Awakening. So there's things that are in your heart, that is coming out now. Not about each other. About your wishes for your life, about life path, about what you wanted to achieve in your life, or the things that you wanted to do. All those wishes of your heart that aren't about relationship. They are coming out now. It's almost like you've both got this fear of commitment, pushing in each other away. It's like, I need to do my stuff first. I need to do this thing before I get committed. So there's a fear of commitment on both sides is what I'm getting here. Now you might on the surface think, no, I'm not fearing commitment, I want to be in relationship with them now. But then if I were to say to you, well, what if you had to give up all your external, all the other stuff that you've got going on just to be in union? What if you had to give everything up? There'd be some resistance there. There should be, you shouldn't have to give everything up. But therein lies your key, where your mind goes to with that, and like, oh, I don't want to give up that, or I definitely want to keep that with me. There's a sacred space. This is an important part. The present energies is an important part of your union. It's like you need to still be apart at the moment to get on with other things in your lives that maybe you would get lazy about if you were in union. So if you're really happily in union, you might not be pursuing your life purpose, or you might not be starting that business, or you might not be buying that property. There are things that are being triggered in you both at the moment to like get on life purpose. It's to stop some stagnation that's been going on in your lives. So you're both watching each other. Page of Swords. It's the secret admirer kind of an energy. Not so secret, really. There's a lot of love there. Muse of emotions. Yep, they love you. So looking on with love, kind of adoring. Anything else? Muse of materials. Wow, they're getting the stability together. So the divine masculine, muse of emotions, loving you. This is true love. Muse of materials, King of Pentacles is also telling me that they're trying to get their stability together now. Trying to get the money together. So it could be the divine masculine that's in a long-term commitment at the moment, getting themselves out of that and trying to get the finances sorted out from that at the moment, while they look adoringly at the divine feminine. Yeah, with loving eyes is what I'm getting there. So they're watching, you know, heart-shaped eyes if they're a cartoon, retreat and teaching, but there's something that they need to learn first. So this, as I said, this is really important, this time of your union, of being apart, because you need to be apart to do these things at the moment. The love's there. The masculine needs to get their security and their money. I think the feminine needs to get on with the life purpose stuff and not be waiting to be in this relationship first before they get on with that. That's what's going on in the present, and it really is a gift at the moment. So try not to buck the current of this. Try not to push against the separation at the moment. Be getting on with those things that you need to do, that I've already said, right? Now this could be vice versa as well. Could be talking about the divine feminine needing to get some like material balance going on and security, and the masculine needing to get on with life purpose stuff. Take it as it resonates. Secret admirer though, that's the energy at the moment. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. Holding back, not just pentacles, not just time, not just effort, holding back words, holding back feelings, not talking about it, not ready to talk about it yet. Why? Because once it's spoken, once it's out there, the floodgates are open and there's nothing you can do but be together. So right now, all of the energy is being held back. There's deep feelings there. There's a lot of love in this connection. And if any of that is let out, then it's like a roller coaster getting to the top of the hill. Once you get over that crest of the hill and it's sad, then it's on. And you're not ready for it yet. What else in the present? What else in the present for this divine union? What else do they need to know? Cool your emotions. So having to ignore emotions at the moment, not speak them out, not feel them, and not be too focused on this relationship. Otherwise it can be all consuming. So when you're focused on this person, you don't get anything else done. So you're having to snap yourself out of that and cool your emotions, maybe ignore them a little bit and get on. So you really might be pushing this person away, not just holding your energy back, but pushing this person away. Like, if you're not ready, stay away from me kind of an energy. What else in the present? Flirting with each other, or maybe flirting with other people as well. There could be an element of one or both of you being flirtatious with other people, maybe trying to trigger the other one. Because I feel like you both might be thinking, no, it's them that's holding their energy back. I'm not. I'm in it. I'm ready. They're not ready. And they're thinking the same thing too. And so some of you might be flirting with other people to try and kind of trigger the other one into some action there. Take that as it resonates there. That's not for everyone. Some of you flirting with each other. Okay, communication and strings attached. Right, as I was saying, I was already picking this energy up, but once you start communicating, then there'll be strings attached. As soon as that communication happens, then it's on. And there's no returning from that. You both know it. It's like that first kiss kind of thing. Once you go in for that first kiss, there's so much passion behind it that you know you're going to be together, because you're not going to be able to just stop at that first kiss. It's the same with the communication here. There's strings attached. It's more complicated than that. If you start speaking, that's it. Everything's going to come out, and this relationship has gone beyond. So there's more to the communication. Even it's like, oh, they could let me know what they're doing. It's like, no, they can't, because if they do, they can't tell you anything without telling you all of it and without this relationship being on. But the strings attached, and so they're not free yet. Or someone in this is not free yet. Someone is still attached. Hasn't yet finished. Not yet being authentic to themselves, and they know that they've got to be. It's like you're demanding that of them. Betrayal. Meanwhile, you're feeling betrayed because they're still appearing to be with that one that they're with, that they're in a commitment with. I don't feel that they are. I don't feel that they are with them. I feel that that commitment is being dissolved at the moment. You're absolutely irresistible. You cannot leave each other alone. That's that immortality card as well. There's just such a strong connection between you both. You can't leave each other alone. Keep on coming back around again, kind of thing. Your names will be popping up in conversations, things that remind you of them. They'll be getting those reminders of you. It's just like, even if you try and stay apart and hold your energy back, the universe will be reminding you of each other all the time. Oops. Let's try that again. Like order, hang on. Okay. Letting go. Yeah. Even if you're trying to let go of each other, and you will be trying to let go of each other at the moment, it's going to be real tricky to do. So there really is push-pull going on right now in this union. Let's get a message out from their heart to your heart. What does their heart want to say to your heart? Rest and relaxation is essential, so they want you to take a break. Your heart to their heart. What does your heart want to say to their heart? The only thing that is real is love. So you want them to get on board with this real love. You know that the connection that they're in at the moment isn't true love. And you know what you've got is true love, and you want to get on with it now. You want them to get on with it. That's what your heart wants to say to them. So there you go. If that is your story, it could be a story. You might want to get the deeper dive to that. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but for the future. So if you want to know what's coming, book in for that. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's a link in the description box and in the comments below as well. Just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of thing. You do need to get your email address right, otherwise you're not going to receive it. Now, that email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So look in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device that can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. Click on the picture of a video and you can watch it right away. Now, if it doesn't take you to a video straight away, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Let me know what's going on. Who am I reading for here and what's your situation? Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week. If you've got an idea of what you want me to read for these picker card reads, let me know in the comments as well. Would love to do that for you. And I also do a daily energy update as well for the collective, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, which I'd love to see you in. I do mini reads in there for donations, so come along to that. You can find that by clicking on the Be Healing channel page down there, and you'll see the next show laying in wait. You can click on set a reminder there to come along. So thanks again for watching. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Twin flames, what's going on? I'm going to do past, present, future reading here for your twin flame union. Past and present And then in the deeper dive, I'll do the future part of it. So if you find that this is your story for your past and your present, then you might want to get that deeper dive for the future part. If you do, then I will pop a link for it up there toward the end of the reading. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. So let's get some cards out for this union generally, first of all, and then we'll get into the past and then the present energies. Tending the future, this is a long-term thing. You're both in it for the long term. And maybe having to put things in place so that you can be together for the long term. This could be about location. You guys might be in a different location to each other. Curiosity and wild. You bring out the wild side in each other. Wild, untamed, free, that kind of thing. Both so curious about each other as well. Really looking forward to being together. Really curious about what your life will be together. Learning more from each other. Feels like you've got a lot to teach each other, but you both want to be in it for the long term. So it's that feeling of, is one lifetime even enough to get to know this person? I just feel like I wanted to meet them 40 years ago so that we could really have these exciting adventures together and run wild and free and all of that good stuff, but to really know each other as well. Wow, I'm getting a lot from this. Let's get the past energy out. The past for flowers and their twin flame. What's been going on for these guys in the past? You have the Nine of Swords, so there's been anxiety, a bit of a nightmare going on there, stress, sleepless nights. Ace of Wands and the Empress. Communication there about the Empress. Now that could be divine feminine, well, it is divine feminine, but communication from the Empress to the Emperor or to the masculine, of who she is and what she's about. So the masculine might have come in with less than divine masculine kind of an energy, not being the Emperor, and the Empress has gone, hey, I'm the Empress, I deserve this. So I feel divine feminine has probably just got into the divine feminine kind of an energy, just really acknowledging who she is and what she's worth and all of that, finding that out by herself, and then the masculines come along, maybe a little bit behind the ball there, but not really recognizing her right away in that Empress energy, and she's had to kind of put her foot down a little bit there. Maybe by saying things like, hey, not like that, come in right or don't come in at all. But there's been definite communication there from the divine feminine to the divine masculine, and it feels like not like that kind of an energy. You don't come in like that, come in right or not at all kind of thing. Nine of Swords, where we've got the Nine of Swords. Knight of Materials, slow. It's been so slow. Okay, that's what the anxiety is about. It's been a bit of a nightmare. It's been really slow in coming, this one. So there's been things stood in your way. For some of you, it is location. You're in a different location. For some of you, it's other things as well. But it's been slow going. And you know why? Tending to the future, you both want this for the long term, so it will be slower going. When you both see a long term with each other, you will get into it more slowly. You're going to be more deliberate about it. Divine masculine is going to know that they need to come in slowly, get to know you. You've got to be certain about each other. It feels like a union here where you just know you're going to get married and you're going to spend the rest of your lives together. And so you've got to make sure first, because you've probably been in long-term relationships before where you've experienced and you've thought that before about someone and then it hasn't happened. So you both want to be certain about each other. And as a result, it's been really slow. The duality, the duality of it all, shouldn't this be simple? It's really slow. I'm having to be really patient in this. It's a nightmare. So the all systems go kind of an energy, that running wild and free, wanting the adventure, wanting to get to know them now, is equally balanced with the duality of the, we need to do this properly, we need to take our time with this, need to make sure that we're right, I've got these fears coming up from past relationships, kind of stuff. Then we've got the Empress here having told the divine masculine what she deserves, having to stand up for herself there and communicate it because of her desires, her heart's desires, so she can get her heart fulfilled. Okay, so this is why Empress, the divine feminine here, she's had to communicate that to them. because maybe she's been into previous relationships before without being clear about what it is that she wants, what it is that she deserves, what she expects in a relationship and all of that, and just getting into a relationship presuming that the other person is on the same page as you, and then, you know, she's ended up not getting what she wants. So for the happily ever after, this 10 of emotions, she's had to stand up for herself and actually speak out about that now. And so I do feel like she's had to tell the masculine, hey, this is what I want, I deserve this, like, so step up or step out kind of thing. It feels like an ultimatum, or maybe not an ultimatum, maybe just this is what I deserve. And it might not have been communication with words as well. That 8 of Wands, it can be communication in any kind of way. It can be communication with your energy. What I mean by that is, you know, if say like a player, if someone approaches you in a player kind of a lustful way, you can just hold your body in a different position there for them to get that message, or give them a certain look kind of thing. That will be communication enough. They'll get it from that. And so, but it's that Empress energy of knowing what it is you deserve, having that high self-value, self-esteem, self-worth, all of those self-confidence and all of that. Now, you might be the first Empress for this masculine too, because they might have been used to treating women any kind of ways, really, because women haven't been in that Empress kind of a mode. You might be the first one with this really high thoughts of yourself, self-love kind of thing. Yeah, feminine energy is behind that, an emotional release. So actually standing up for yourself and communicating that to the masculine is very a relief to you that you can do it. It's maybe the feminine has been pulled away from confrontations and that kind of thing, been scared, fearful of that in the past. So there's some kind of an emotional release for the feminine in standing up for that. And it could be just like the fear of it, like, oh God, have I pushed them away now? I really want a future with this person. But you haven't. Stepping up for yourself is a good thing to do. Speaking out for yourself is a good thing to do, though. Tell us more about the past energy. So good on you for doing that. Wow. Very passionate new beginnings in this relationship. Twin flame card. There's your confirmation. Your twin flames, your passion ignites. And so you've ignited this passion in each other. You're feeling a lot. The attraction is, you can't ignore it. You can't ignore how you make each other feel. It's there. There's a spark between you, more than a spark between you. There's a roaring fire between you, and no getting away from that. There's also, in that image there, you see spirit image. There's a bird there looking over them. So the universe is trying to get you together. See these are jade plants as well. I haven't noticed that about this card before. But there's a lotus in the middle there and jade plants, and jade is a very lucky plant. So this is surrounded by luck and watched over by the universe as well. Definitely a long-term relationship, this one. Once you're together, you'll be together forever. Tell us something else about flowers and the twin flames past energy. Breathe through the tension. So it has been tense. There's been a lot of anxiety. It's been very slow in coming this. But that's a good thing if we're talking about long-term things. It's been tense. Sexual tension maybe as well. Part of you want each other right now. Part of you know that this is a long-term thing, so you got to do it right. Kind of pulled in two directions. A lot of that duality going on. What else? The flowers past. What else? Past energies of this union. Regrets. And mystery. So you don't know how this is going to happen, how it's going to come about, how you can be together. Some of you are in different locations, and so it's a mystery, but you've got regrets. You've both got regrets for choices that you've made in your lives. Because if you'd have met each other before now, there's things that you would have done differently, and both of you are cringing a little bit about the choices that you've made in the past, and it's like, damn, I wish I hadn't done that. It's, I don't know, you might have been like, your ex might be one of their friends or something like that, and you're like, damn, that wasn't a long-term thing, why did I do that? It makes it awkward now between us, that thing. Oh, you got good timing though, so it was good when your paths crossed. It was really good timing. There's something about the timing. Then, when did you meet each other? Was it a special date? Was it like birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, New Year's Day? There could have been something really specific about the timing of when you met, when your paths crossed. First of all, when you met them at crossroads there. What else in your past? Loss. Someone suffering a loss at the time. Someone had kind of lost their way. Had forgotten about the heart. Had kind of compartmentalized it. Were carrying on with their lives and the thought, like, oh, well, I won't have a good relationship kind of thing. They'd left the heart out of things. Someone completely switched off from it, not looking. Isn't that when you meet each other, when you're not looking for a relationship? One or both of you weren't even looking for a relationship, but it was really good timing. There's something really serendipitous about the timing of your meeting. Wow. Okay, so what's your present energy of this union? What's going on right now for Flowers and that person? What's the present energies of this twin flame union? Present energies of this twin flame union. 4 cards. Oh, 5 cards. Whoa. Lovers in the Chariot. Wow, the passion. Look at all the fire in the air. You want to race toward each other. The Chariot is about travel too, so some of you just want to get on a plane and see each other right away and be lovers with that fiery passion. You both want to consummate this relationship fast. There's a strong desire to be with each other. Sexually, especially. But things are up in the air right now. Cycle's got to complete first before can get in and claim this energy. The Queen of Wands, that is very attractive energy as well. Probably both really good looking. But something is up in the air here. A cycle's got to complete first. And it's not being completed yet. There's something. Maybe about location. Is it about a job or about location? And tied down, one person being tied down to one place or something like that. Something stopping you from being together because that's not been tied down yet. I'm going to put the Queen of Wands with these 2 cards there because that's really good looking, the passion and all of that. It's strong drive to be together, sexually especially. But something is up in the air here still at the moment. A cycle needs to complete. Something needs to complete before you guys can be together. Tell us about the Lovers, the Chariot, the Queen of Wands. Tell us about all this passionate energy. Strong drive to be together. Wow. Almost like can't think of anything else. A strong emotional attachment to each other as well. It's something that needs to be let go of. It's almost like you need to let go of that desire to be together. And the moment you let go of it, then you truly can be together. Or one of you needs to let go of it and kind of walk away from it. It feels very frustrating, this energy. It feels like all of this passion is there, but you can't be together, and it's kind of causing it to implode in a way. Too frustrating. And when you step away from that, then it could get the energy moving. What's behind this? It's almost too intense kind of thing. Slow but steady. Oh wow, it's that slow burn energy. It's been so slow, this Knight of Materials, that passionate energy is really building. Wow, when you guys get together, it's going to be fireworks, explosions. So the slowness of it all has been building that up, almost to fever pitch where you have to walk away from it. It's too much. It's overwhelming. Anyway, 2 of Pentacles on the wheel. Right now, a cycle needs to be completed for a new cycle to begin. Tell us, what is this? What is this? What this is? 8 of Materials. And the devil. I knew the devil was going to come out then. Eight of materials is about pentacles. It's about getting paid back for something. It's about receiving the money for something. It's about the work that you've done, getting your just rewards from it. It's about, yeah, something's got to be paid is what it feels like. Monetary kind of a thing. Devil. Money from the devil, huh? There's fears that isn't going to happen. It's up in the air at the moment. It could be in some kind of justice kind of situation, legal negotiations for some money, some payout. Could be about what do you call it, when someone dies and you get the money? That kind of thing. The word is escaped me just for now. All I can think is hereditary, and that's not what I mean. But there's some kind of a payout someone's waiting for from the devil. It's someone's involved that is not a good influence. It could be somebody wanting to hold your person back or hold you back. I don't know which one is waiting for a cycle to complete here. But it just feels like it might be legal for some of you. Definitely involving money, maybe a contract. Or you're the beneficiary of something. Could be what's keeping you in different locations, because I'm getting for a few of you it's different locations. You have to let me know in the comments below. Is it different locations? It's a struggle, whatever it is, to get that to happen. Of course, because you're fighting the devil with it. Forgiveness is behind that. Okay, whoever is in that struggle with this devil kind of a person, the one that is trying to stop them from doing it. So someone could be jealous of them moving forward, stopping them from getting the money because they don't want you guys to be together, or they don't want them to have a better life. Your person could be going through a divorce, and this devil person is someone trying to stop them from doing that. Forgiveness is behind that. So if they just forgive that person, if your person forgives that person, or if it's you that's in this situation, you need to forgive your ex for that and let it go. If you remove the charge from that, there's going to be less struggle. There's going to be less swimming upstream against that. The last thing you want to do is forgive them, because this devil kind of a character, this one that's been very negative and stopping you in your tracks at the moment, you don't want to forgive them at all. Like, you won't want to at all if they're seeming to hinder your happiness. But that is what's going to remove the charge from that. Now, it's really interesting. I just got shown that that's the 3 card, that's the 32, and that's the 23. We've got 3, 3, 3, and 2, 2 there. It might be significant for you. You might be seeing those numbers around. Okay, so right at present, the cycle needs to end. It's up in the air at the moment. It's not being resolved. There's a struggle there. There's some forgiveness that needs to happen to let that, to take the power from the devil is what it is. Because when we don't forgive them, we're still handing them all the power. We're still telling them that they've got all the power over us, and they don't. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through this turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So there's actually something good coming of this situation at the moment. As frustrating as it is, I mean, you've got something good coming from it here, because this is saying that the slowness of it is really building that frustration, yes, but it's building that sexual energy up anyway. It's building up your desire for each other. That's something that's obvious already. But it could also be, if this person is going through struggles to end a cycle to be with you, you know that they really want to be with you. It's almost a declaration of, or a showing you, not just declaring that they do anything for you, but showing you that they are doing anything for you. It could be that, but there is a blessing behind what's going on at the moment, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. Maybe we'll find out what that is in the future part of this reading, in the extended, if you're interested in getting that. If this is feeling like it is your reading. What else in the present energies? What else is in the present energies? For flowers. Speak your world into being. So you need to start speaking it as if it's happening already. So if in your mind and in your words and in your heart and what you're saying to yourself at the moment is like, well, if this happens, then if you keep on coming from it from that perspective, you might need to change your perspective to when this happens. So that is suggesting to me that you're in a bit of doubt there, and you need to speak your world into being and think your world into being by being less doubtful about that. Change how you are talking to yourself and other people about this to be more of a when you are together rather than if you get together. That will help you get clearer on it. You guys are going to be together. You got the Twin Flame card out. You got a lot of good cards out here. And I know it might be very easy to doubt because of the slowness of all of this. But there's no need to doubt them. There's a lot of respect in this connection. So you're really respecting each other. And a lot of fear of rejection as well. I think from both of your sides, you're fearing rejection. There's nothing of rejection energy in this at all. But the regrets of the past there might make you both be afraid that the other's going to reject you. Now, because you're in this Empress energy, the masculine might also be afraid that the feminine will reject them because they're not. They might feel like they're not good enough yet. There could be a bit of that. What else? In the present energy, we have communication and commitment. Wow. So this really is long-term stuff. Your person is feeling like they want to communicate that commitment to you. So they don't even want to come in until they're ready to go all in, is what this is saying. They don't want to communicate with you until it's go time, it's commitment time. Like the first communication that you're going to get from them is, will you marry me, or something like that. It's going to be once they're ready, once they're full ready for commitment. So they're not coming in and offering you just a little bit of a relationship. They're going to wait until they can offer you the whole shebang here, which suggests that it's this Wheel of Fortune. That's what needs to end. Whatever's holding them back from being able to commit fully to you, that's what needs to end. So business contract or all that money stuff, whatever it was that we were talking about in your particular case there. Wow, so let's get a message out from their heart to your heart. What does their heart want to say to your heart right now? What does their heart, Flower's person's heart, want to say to Flower's heart right now? Consider your foundation. So they've got the head on the shoulders, your person, haven't they? They want you to consider your foundation. So they want to set this up for that long-term kind of a thing. They want you to consider that too, to think about this. They might be worried that you're going to go off for something smaller or a different relationship. They might be concerned that you will invest in someone or something else, that kind of thing. They want you to be focused on that long-term thing, just as they are. And you want them to choose love. So that they may be like focused on business or whatever it is, that money thing at the moment. You might want them to choose love and get focused on their hearts. You always have a choice. You want them to choose you, huh? Okay, so there you go. If that sounds like it is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that deeper dive for the future part of this. I'm going to do exactly the same thing just for the future now. Get you some timings as well for any of this stuff that comes out too. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below as well. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing, so you do need to get your email address right. Otherwise, you're not going to receive it. And so type it in very carefully. That email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. So do check in those places. In that email will be a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device where you can open PDFs. And in that PDF, you will see, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video. I can't put it down. A picture of a video. And click on the picture of a video and it'll take you to a video. If it doesn't take you to a video right away, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment. click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these pick a card reads a week, and if you've got any ideas of pick a card reads that you want me to do, let me know in the comments below and I'll see if I do that, if it lights me up. I also do a daily energy update for the collective as well, reasons to click on that subscribe button. And I go live 3 times a week as well in my Psychic Cafe show where I do mini reads. So come along there sometime. You can find it by clicking on the Be Healing thing that's right down there. To get on my channel page, you'll see the next show laying in wait, so you can see when it is in your time zone. You also click set a reminder button and there to come along with me live. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's find out about your divine union, the past, the present, and the future. I'm going to do the past and the present in this video, and if you find that it is your story, was your story, and is your story now, you might want to get the future part of it in the deeper dive, the extended reading that goes with this. If you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments. So let's get you a couple of cards out for this divine union, some general cards about it already. First of all, and then we'll get into the past energies in your union. Give you some clarity on the past. Now some of you said, but I already know the past. Yeah, but you might not have like the wisdom behind it. Ooh, shadow dancer. You guys, you bring out the dark side in each other, and that's sometimes a good thing. Shadow work, you know, a self-acceptance of all parts of you. You like their shadow side, their naughty side. You like the way that they bring that out of you. You can really be yourselves, all of yourselves, not just pretending to be your best selves kind of thing. You love all of them, and they love all of you too. Very nice. I like that. Can't really beat that kind of stuff. And that happens when you've done your shadow work yourself, so you're loving and accepting yourself. You know, so you're not going to get into a relationship and like judge them for being wrong or whatever, because you're not doing that for yourself. You've got meditation and vulnerability here, so you're both very spiritual people, but struggling with vulnerability, the emotional vulnerability. Both feeling emotionally vulnerable, so you're at each other's mercy kind of thing. It's like, I love them so much that they've got like so much power over me, and it makes you feel vulnerable. So it's a twin flame relationship, so that doesn't really surprise me. Anyway, let's go into the past energies. So what is the past for shells? Past energies for shells in this union. 9 of Pentacles. You've been single, independent kind of an energy, sorting your life out, getting independent. Maybe you've broken free, both of you, from long-term relationships, and you're getting back into your single kind of life, getting your assets together, that kind of thing, bills paid and all of that. And the Tower, so something's fallen apart. Oh no. Oh, there's been a surprise. What is this 9 of Pentacles energy about? Because I was asking about the past of this union. Why would it come up that you'd be single and independent? Oh, maybe you broke away from each other, did you? The Chariot, being pulled in 2 directions. You were together, and now you're not together. Being pulled in 2 directions, being pulled apart by something, maybe life circumstances or a breakup. Yeah, it could be a breakup. 9 of Pentacles and the Chariot tell us what's behind this. So you've been pulled apart from each other and having to be single. What's behind that? Transformation. Something needed to transform. You needed to be apart for something to transform between you. Okay, so there could have been, you know how I was saying you bring your shadow sides out of each other, which is kind of a delightful thing if you've done the shadow work, and it's not a delightful thing if you haven't done the shadow work, because you can judge each other for that. There could be something that came out that caused shame in one of you, and so if you haven't done the shadow work right, and someone brings out your shadow side, a part of you that you judge, then you can go into shame after that. Regret, guilt, shame, that kind of a feeling. Judging yourself for it. Now, that could break you guys up while they're doing the shadow work. It could be that for some of you, or it could be just life circumstances have pulled you into opposite directions and has broken you up for a while. But that has been so that you can transform this. So it might have been you might have been heading fast in the wrong kind of direction for you guys. The universe has stepped in with this Tower moment to break you up. What's the Tower? Tell us what this Tower moment is about. Queen of Materials. Success or lack of success. Something going down with business, going down the pan kind of thing. Success not happening. Someone being pulled away for work, having to, maybe finances not so good, trying to get into that single independent energy. It's not happening. Business isn't working. They need to go somewhere else to do something else, that kind of thing. So it feels, which is weird because crystals, flowers, and you guys too, it's kind of money is getting in the way, or success is getting in the way there. Anyway, there's been some kind of a Tower moment, something has come crashing down with money or success or work, and a new decision has needed to be made, but it's taken you away from each other, pulled you in opposite directions. Might have felt like your paths were diverging, felt like you guys were together before. I wasn't feeling that with the crystals and with the flowers, but I am with you. So you've been together before. Omens, you knew it was coming. Yeah, home and abundance. I'll take those two with it as well because it's about money. It's about home maybe, or location. You had signs and omens about that it wasn't going well, or you kind of knew it could be to do with what's going on in the world at the moment, the last couple of years. So it could be something about that. Someone struggling with their money, with their abundance, maybe with business, with the success, and not happening, could have lost their home because of it, that kind of a thing. It's like, oh, okay, so the universe has thrown some spanners in the works to keep you apart at the moment. I wonder why. So transform something, and it's got something to do with shadow work. So something that makes one or other of you feel guilty or shame. Something that you're judging yourselves for. Okay, power. This isn't your past energy still. Power, you instinctively know what's right for you and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Oh, so one person said no, not good enough or something like that and walked away from this. Maybe because one of you wasn't stepping into your power. That could have been what the Tower moment is. All that stability is gone and you have to be by yourselves again because you're not willing to allow them to give up the power like that. It's got a snake in this card as well. Transformation needs to happen. Someone needs to sort something out by themselves first. 9 of Pentacles, that's what's happened. You've needed to split up. Now, I don't know if that was you instigating it. Because the universe instigated something falling apart and you're like, you need to sort that out by yourself, and that's not my stuff to sort out, that's your stuff to sort out. I'm not going to save you. I've been a savior in past relationships before and I'm not doing that this time. That's your stuff. Sort that stuff out and come back to me. Kind of an energy. Transform that by yourself. Be single and independent like me. Step into your power because I'm not doing it for you. I'm not your mum kind of thing. Step up and lead. Right? They've got to step up and lead. And trust the universe. So the universe has thrown that spanner in the works for good reason. Now, you might have been aware of that and you might not have been aware of that. You had omens about it, so you felt it was coming. Now, you guys might have got together and got into a very kind of a youthful kind of an energy with each other and let the adulting kind of things go a little bit. And that until the point where you couldn't do that anymore, you couldn't ignore that stuff anymore and had to step back into your power, then step back into the power and sort something out. Adulting, getting back to that. So you might have got together and been in a very teenage kind of an energy together. and then had to face like reality in the adult world and sort something out, and that's pulled you apart from each other. But it's all about power, stepping up and taking the lead. I've got a feeling like it's the divine masculine. Let me know in the comments, but I've got a feeling like it's the divine masculine that kind of let the power go a little bit, or let the money started going downhill or something like that. There has been hope in the past, though. Hope to return to each other. Hope that this will be sorted out. Hopeful. I don't feel it's like that's your problem, off you go, or you're all by yourself kind of thing. But I feel like the divine feminine maybe has been in codependency before, has been all too willing to step in and do all the work for someone else, and has had relationships like that, and know that they must be with a strong masculine now, that they need a masculine that will step up and take the lead. And so hoping to be together, hope that they'll sort it out, knowing that they can sort it out. Of course they can sort it out. I mean, who would want to be in a relationship with someone that couldn't sort the stuff in the life out themselves? Wouldn't be much of a relationship, would it? Because you just have to mother them all the time. So there's hope there. There has been hope for this relationship, both hopeful about it in the past. There's been gifts as well, so you have been able to help each other out a little bit with gifts. Doing things for each other. Whatever your love language is there, it might not be gifts like in a box. It might be doing things for each other as well. But you've been able to kind of be there for each other in the past in some kind of a way. That's nice. Okay. Let's find out more. What's in the past energy? Past energy for flowers. Openness. So they came in open, heart wide open, like teenagers kind of thing. I'm here. Love. It's like it's on. In the flow of grace there, everything working out, feeling like the luckiest people on earth, happy. Then reality hit home. And why did reality hit home? Because of a lack of self-worth. Okay, so whoever finances went downwards, whoever was trying to avoid that, it's coming from a lack of self-worth. So that's why they lost the power. They never felt worthy. I'm not saying of this love. I'm saying that they didn't feel worthy of good things in their life. Again, I'm brought back to like shame and guilt is coming up. You guys trigger each other into your shadow sides. And it's a good thing. It is a good thing. It's a good thing to do shadow work. It's like the gnarliest part of healing. But when we stop judging ourselves, when we'll just accept that we are everything, we've got everything in us. We've got an evil dictator part of each of us as well. It might only come out when we're really tired and only with our children or our mum or something like that. But we all have that evil dictator inside of us. We've got everything inside of us, right? And if you can just accept and allow it to be okay to be human, it stops having a power over you. And so there's a beautiful part of that, but also there's a gnarly part of it in relationships as well. It's because when you trigger each other into that dark side, someone hasn't done the shadow work, it triggers them into guilt and shame because of that. So they judge the hell out of themselves. So I feel it's like your person, you've triggered into this darkness kind of thing, the dark side of them, which you love. You don't know why they're judging them about them, because you love that about them. But it makes them feel super vulnerable. And so they retreat into the shell like a snail. Okay, what about the present energies? What's going on in the present then? So that's all the past. It's tricky. What's going on right now with our shells and their twin flame? What's in the energies right now? Shells and the twin flame. The Five of Cups. Disappointed, left out, rejected, despondent. Where are they? Love's lost. Oh, I've lost my person. I'm all by myself. Like that. One or both of you are in that energy right now. What else? King of Pentacles. Someone getting their stability together. Maybe the divine masculine here. Getting the money together. Getting the shit sorted out. Five of Cups. Tell us why the Five of Cups is here. Why are you feeling dejected and rejected and despondent and maybe depressed as well? Five of Emotions. Feel like shutting your heart down, shutting them out, pushing them away. Ouch, it hurts. It's rejection. ouch, how could they, kind of thing. You know that they're going through this stuff, but still, how could they turn their back on you as well while they're going through that stuff? You could have helped them through it. Well, not help them like a mummy, but you know, you could have been there by the side, but no, they pushed you away, didn't they? It's the runner chaser thing. So that this is you. This is divine feminine, feeling dejected from that, wanting to close your heart down. So they've closed the heart down to you or pushed you away as they're going through this stuff. I have to do this by myself, kind of thing. And that in turn makes you feel vulnerable and makes you want to close your heart down too. So you got hard-hearted. It's like, well, go then. There could have been a big argument about this, or you could just be really pulling away from them now. Well, like, I have them. If they've pulled away from me, I'm going to pull away now. Okay. This could be, we could have a runner here, and it could be turning tables now, and you might be turning into the runner here. Just because the King of Pentacles is there, so it seems like they're sorting their stuff out. And as they're doing that, almost ready to come in, you might start pushing them away. You might start being the runner. Five of Cups and the Five of Emotions, they're both the same card, but they both mean different to me in this deck. Like, this one is really despondent, and this one is like, I'm closing my heart down because of that. Discernment. So you're like, no, I need to close my heart down. Like, that's the wise thing to do. I'm being discerning. I shouldn't be waiting around for someone that isn't sorting the stuff out. I shouldn't be getting into a one-sided relationship where they're not taking the power. I know better than to do that. So you've got good reasons behind shutting your heart down there because of previous things that you've been through. Okay, so it is kind of a wise decision in a way, is what I'm getting there. King of Pentacles, so you're right for kind of closing down there. Well, we've got the King of Pentacles here, the Empress. Wow. So they know you're the Empress. They're only a king here, but they are getting the shit together. They are. So they're sorting it out. They've had to step away from you to retrieve themselves from that shame and that guilt, because they know you deserve better, and they know that they've got to step up. Not even to the Emperor level yet, but to the King of Pentacles level, to at least get the money sorted out. And they're going to feel better about themselves when they do that. Meanwhile, they're doing the shadow work at the same time. You've triggered them into that. What's behind this? Such similar stories now. These crystal flower and the show reading this time around. There's such similar stories. All of it. It's so weird. Just a slightly different angle for all of it. So if you're attracted to the other ones, check out all the other readings as well, because you might get some wisdom from all three of them this time. Such similar stories. Anyway, what's behind the King of Pentacles? Getting ready for the Empress here. Burdens. Oh, he wants to step up and take care of the Empress. He knows what she deserves, and taking the burden of that, the responsibility for that. So there's something in the Empress here where she will not step in and take responsibility for this masculine. She knows better than to do that. She's closed down because of that. She's like, damn, another situation like this, but I know I can't go there as much as I want to. He's taking the burden there, so he is stepping up into his responsibilities there and taking responsibility for it. He wants to do that. He wants to come in as the Emperor. It's not the Emperor yet. Let's see if he turns into the Emperor in the deeper dive in that future part of it. Hope so. Oy. What else? For the present energies, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. So you're not stuck in a phase here. It's constantly shifting. That wheel is constantly turning, right? It's going to come back around again. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You'll be surprised where it leads. So this is a good thing then, is what this is saying. What's going on right now, as horrible as it might feel for you to be a part at the moment, and closing your heart down and all that, and feeling vulnerable, and be faced with your shadow side and all of it, it's a good thing. Because I feel like the Divine Masculine is stepping up and taking responsibility. And I feel like the Divine Feminine here, showing up as the Empress there, definite Divine Feminine energy, it has held them to that. And that's really difficult to do when you do that, because you have to close your heart down to them to do that. You have to say, it's unacceptable. It's like, you can't be in my life, you know. So there's a lot of attending to the details to do at the moment. And that's what's going on. The masculine is attending to the details, getting the shit together, sorting things out, sorting the financial concerns out and all of that, getting the business back on track, gaining employment, all of that kind of stuff, sorting it out, sorting the stuff out. The little details and the nitty-gritty. So they're very busy at the moment, probably totally focused on money, on their security, on sorting things out. What else? In the present. Spark and confusion. Spark and confusion. So the fire is there. Your hearts are confused right now, hey? Because the spark is there. There's the desire to do this, but the universe doesn't seem to be flowing it very easily to you at the moment. Then that's confusing. So the desire to sort this out and to get on the same page, the desire to be abundant and ready and all of that, and not have that shame and the guilt and, be feeling lesser than and all of that. The desire is there to do it. It's just not happening at the moment, so that's confusing. That's that whole, should I be waiting for this one, or is this red flags that I'm seeing, or are they sorting it out? They seem to be sorting it out. But anyway, the fire of you two, the attraction between you both, that spark is as strong as ever in the present, causing this, fueling you to attend to these details, fueling them to attend to these details. Now, divine feminine, what's going on here? Well, you need to be doing the same thing, confronting that shadow side, doing any more shadow work that you need to do. Anything that you're judging about yourself in this situation, you need to be facing that stuff now. You're mirrors of each other. You have play and rules. What are the rules of the game? Okay. Being playful at the moment. And the rules. Follow the rules. You have to come in right. You have to do it right. You have to sort that stuff out. It's not my stuff. So Empress has got new rules for herself now. She's got new boundaries. So the Empress is all the queens put together, right? And so the Queen of Pentacles, getting your stability and your security there. You've got the Queen of Cups, opening up in your heart space. In your heart, being in your heart, loving, nurturing, all of that stuff. You got the Queen of Wands, so knowing what it is that you want and going for that. And then you got the Queen of Swords. Now the Queen of Swords is what I'm talking about here. The one that lays down the rules, the one that's got new boundaries. You used to let any kind of thing in your life now. Now it's like, no, you've got to be this and this and this and that and come at me right. And here's my rules. Here's my rule book. Here's my playbook. You need to adhere to those rules. And if you've not said it like that, you might have communicated it like that in another way to this King of Pentacles. He knows he needs to step up. He's felt it. He's felt it. Anyway, you might be having fun right now with friends, maybe not with someone else. You could be with someone else as well. But there's a long list of rules that she's given to him. These are my rules. I've got boundaries. That's why I'm the Empress. Like, you wouldn't want to be with me if I wasn't the Empress. You've been with the other ones before. The ones that don't have rules that will put up with anything, and you lose respect for them. But you won't lose respect for me because you won't even be in my life unless you're following these rules. So it's a good thing. And it's come from you integrating that Queen of Swords side and your empowerment, right? Because this is all about empowerment, isn't it? You want them to step up and lead. They've got to take their power. They've got to be the divine masculine. They're not yet the divine masculine, but they're getting there, and you kind of triggered them into it. So let's get some messages from your hearts to each other's hearts. Divine masculine's heart to the divine feminine's heart. What does the divine masculine want to say? Focus on love. Focus on love. Be a bit more Queen of Cuppy, he says. Be a little bit more loving and nurturing. Don't be so empressy. I can't get in because I'm not good enough. Yeah, so he's kind of wanting you to lower your standards. He doesn't really. It's hard. You're holding him to high standards here. Well, not divine masculine if he doesn't step up to it. And divine feminine to the divine masculine's heart. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? Love is all around you. I might appear cold-hearted at the moment and shut down, but I'm still loving you. I'm still loving you so much. You want them to know that. Simple acts of kindness. How interesting. So the Divine Feminine wants to tell the Divine Masculine simple acts of kindness. Almost like you're being a guide to him. He's got to sort these burdens out and get his stability together, right? And Divine Feminine knows that if he just simple acts of kindness will get him there, more than being pushy. Because the Emperor, in the positive, takes the lead, yes, but isn't pushy about it. Doesn't turn into a narcissist to get what they want. There's a power in the simple acts of kindness. And that's what the Divine Feminine wants to tell the Divine Masculine. So, in other words, Divine Masculine, get into your Kings of Cups energy more. Get into the King of Pentacles energy, but I think he needs to get into his King of Cups energy, a bit more loving and nurturing, a bit more into his feminine side, his emotional side. Random acts of kindness or simple acts of kindness there is going to get him further than the masculine way that is going about it. How interesting. So it's all about balance, isn't it? Okay, so if that sounds like it is your story or could be your story, Charles, then you might want to get that deeper dive for the future part. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to do it for the future, and I'm going to add in the timing as well. I'll get a timing card out for you to find out when you guys will be together. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to get your email address right, so type it in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. Now that email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. You click on that shell on a device where you can open PDFs. Now in that PDF, you will see, amongst other things, a picture of a video. If you click on that picture of a video and it doesn't take you straight away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. There you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. I love hearing from you guys. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these pick a card reads a week. And if you've got any ideas of what you'd like me to do for a pick a card read, let me know in the comments below and I will consider that. I also do a daily energy update for the collective as well, every single day of the year. And I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show. Now, if you want to find out when that show is, because you want to come along for a mini read, then just click on the Be Healing channel thing down there. And you'll see on that page the next show laying in wait. So you can see when it is in your time zone. You can click on set a reminder there. Just make sure you click that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well when you're down there. And so there you go. Thank you so much for watching again. Good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I will see you in there very shortly.